It's June 9th, about 7 in the morning. Leaving the Hemlock Shelter. K2 took off about a half an hour ago, so I won't see him the rest of the day. My boy's fast. Anyway, it wasn't supposed to rain last night, but it did all night. It was supposed to rain in the morning, but it didn't. I don't know what to tell you. The weather reports are not very good right now. I had to put the tent away wet, and myself wet. So hopefully tonight we'll get to a shelter and I'll be able to hang the tent there some more and see if I can't dry it out a little bit. It got wet underneath my cushion inside the tent, which is concerning to me. I don't know where that came from. I know I'm not going to put the C-Knock bag on top of the ground cloth anymore because that got everything wet. So that's a lesson learned. And I'm wearing full rain gear and seal skins today, but not a bug net. This stuff will overheat me pretty quickly, but I'll be wet from sweat. So we got a 20-mile day planned today. Yesterday was like 13, 14, but it was actually pretty hard. So, oh boy, slippery rocks. Here we go. Slippery and moving rocks. Trail's a bit sketchy. Get to the water source here. But, I'll turn this around. So everything's kind of slippery and mossy and gooey. Oh, we can't forget the mud. But anyway, we're coming down off the mountain here, and then we'll hit a flatway and then go by Great Barrington, which was my goal to get to there by Thursday, but we're here already. And then I got a pretty tall up to go, a couple thousand feet up, and then do some bumps and try to get to the Wilcox shelter on an uphill note. And then the next day it's supposed to rain like profusely, and I still got to get another 20 in. So it'll be challenging. And since I can't seem to get a place to stay everyone's such dicks in Dalton, that I'll be sleeping in a shelter with all wet gear and then getting on the plane. Put away wet. I pity the fool that's sitting next to me, but we'll see if we can find some pit wipe and wipe myself down from top to bottom and make it a little less obtrusive for them. Well, let's get at it. I go slow when I'm filming, so it's a lot better if I put it away and get my miles in. I forgot to say, there was a alarm all night long, and this morning, usually it's a tornado warning, but Indy, one of the guys in the shelter, says, well, it's probably flood warning. I've never heard that before, using a siren for a flood warning. Usually just announce it, right? But it's not tornado weather, it's just wet. So he's probably right. Pretty smart guy. Whew. Roots, rocks, and mud. I'm in the zone. I'm hoping the good legs show up today. Yesterday we took it easy. Averaged less than 2 miles per hour. unbelievably bad. But it was righteous stuff, so you don't worry about it if you're scaling cliffs. We'll see how we do today on our little adventure. Bye. Pretty foggy, but it's not raining. Well, we're in mosquito weather, that's for sure. And the trail is slick rocks. It's very uncomfortable. I'm not doing much better than 1.5 miles per hour, but I want to stay safe. I think we're coming down off this hill, and then we'll go across a large flat spot and then back up in the mountains again. It's a very foggy day. So today has all been downhill. You know, a few small little climbs, but everything's been downhill for the most part. And I've been hiking for 2 hours, and I've only got 3 miles done. That's how steep that stuff was and slippery. But now the trail's being merciful and beautiful. I probably won't be able to make up those miles per hour, but it can't make them any worse. So, weather's holding out. Took my rain gear off. Ate some food. Yeah, I couldn't believe it, you know, 1.5 miles an hour. Yeah, I'm downhill. So yeah. Hopefully, the second half of today, where we're hitting the uphills and staying up in the mountains, hopefully it won't be as slippery and rocky. It is a super duper grade getting up, but after that we'll already be up there. We'll just have to do, you know, 300 or 400 foot bumps like we do all the time. That's how we do. Okay. Crazy. We're in Massachusetts. Probably don't want to get water off of this field. Let me get back at it. I entered a conifer forest. It's rather pretty. It's really dark under here. Camera lightens it up a bunch. Oh, like a bunch. But it's pretty dark under here. It's pretty. Canopy's way up there. Pretty thick. Well, I sprayed myself down with repellent, and the bugs are like thicker than fog. Lots and lots and lots and lots of happy mosquitoes here just waiting to take a donation. Not good. So I try to stay where I see nails when I'm walking on these boards and things. I try to stay right over where the nails are. You walk right down the middle of the boards and that's the weakest point. You'll snap right through, so you want to be near the edges. Unless they got support beams in the middle, which they do, a lot of these, but just walk over the nails and you'll be very, very happy. Especially with these boards, you definitely want to walk where the nails are. Try to avoid where they're not, if at all possible. So, well, any high mileage days I do from here on out are going to have to be very slow ones. No more 20 miles in 8.5 hours or 9 hours. It's going to be 10-hour days, which is miserable, but it's how we roll now. I think it'll even get slower as we hit some of the White Mountains. But it is what it is. Ow. Yeah, there's a million mosquitoes down here. Just trying to get me. Everything is soaking wet and slimy. Everything. It's just, there's a nice patina of slime mold all over everything. It makes it quite challenging. You really don't want to slip and fall because there's no place to wash if you do fall. So, and I have vertigo pretty bad, so I'm not very well balanced these days. I just looked up for a second and realized there's a million more boards coming my way. They need to trim this because the branches keep knocking me off. But here we go. More branches. So far, so good. Some of these are pretty sketchy. And just step where the nails are and hope for the best. I'm brushing up against a lot of brush in here. Bushwhacking in the jungle. It was a small chance of rain last night, and it rained the entire night instead. And there was a chance of rain at 8 o'clock, and it quit. I don't know, everything's backwards. But the tent is damp and not wet, which is okay. We gotta figure out how water got in the tent the other night. That ain't good. Might have been some kind of capillary action. But hopefully there's not a hole in the bottom of the tent. I know that I left a CNOC bag on top of my ground cloth, and that might have seeped under the tent. And I've set the tent up without a ground cloth enough times. There might be some pinholes that would capillary up the water. So we'll check on that. Great, now I got mosquitoes under the bug net. Got to take care of them first. Swamps everywhere. Yeah. Probably a seafood. Here a little. I gotta kill some mosquitoes that just got up underneath. Hiking along a river. Mosquitoes are pretty thick today, even though I applied a lot of insect spray. I'm walking through a lot of farmer fields and beautiful scenes. It's just like a jungle in here. And people walking all over this, and it still hasn't turned to mud. It's still grass. Pretty crazy. It'll turn dirt later as the bubble gets here. Taking a week off in California is really going to put me closer to that bubble. I'm still far enough ahead. It's the fast ones that are passing me by right now, so that will always be true no matter when they start. They can start tomorrow and still just whiz by. They're just so strong. I just need to be strong enough. I don't have to kill myself to do this. This feels like it. They plant their corn real close together around here. Beautiful day for a rainy, sketchy day, for a slippery day. I am getting tired of the mosquitoes though. They're relentless. Got my bug net on though, and that really helps 100% because the bug spray doesn't work very well. But it costs a lot. Looks like there's a bog over there, mosquito habitat. Anyway, ad nauseum.